seconds to go. Dirk looks up. 14 seconds. No. Ring on the dice to Ginobili. Manu in pressure. Nothing called. A jump ball.
Everybody's standing around watching him. You saw all the white jerseys stop at that point.
Nobody moved, and Ginobili had no options.
Somebody's got to come over there and help him out. Here he is. He's almost in jail, and he's got no one to deliver the ball to.
You see Pop signaling timeout, but not in time. So Kidd and Ginobili for a huge jump ball.
Manu's got to win this one. He's got his left hand, and he taps it right there to his right, and you see these two guys, one right there. You hold up that space.
Bob Delaney doing the honors. Duncan, no, out of bounds. Dallas basketball.
How about a little wrestling match before you jump off the ground between Manu and Jason Kidd?
Wow. I'm not so sure you shouldn't just re-jump that. I mean, yes, because the Spurs don't get the ball, but... Well, no, they just both mistimed it.
Yeah.
Bob Delaney threw it a little higher than I think when he looks at the tape, he'll probably go, yeah, I put a little bit too much on it.
Well, it's also a little inexperience between two guys who never go for jump balls.
Right. Okay, Dallas has the ball. 20... Are they going to stay with 20 on the shot clock? Because that was a Spurs possession. Shot clock should just be off.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think they will change that because the Spurs had possession when Manu got tied up.
Yeah, they did change it.
Okay. And now Dallas just has one timeout remaining. Shot clock is off. 22.7. Obviously, you need a stop.
Well, it's coming down to a free throw shooting contest, and the Spurs have to make their free throws to win this ball game. You got to close it out from the line because what's going to happen here, make or miss the shot, the Mavericks are going to foul as soon as they can after. They have no choice.
If you give up a three, the Mavericks then have a chance, even with the Spurs make.
That's right.
To tie the game. So you've got to give up, can't give up a three here. But all possible. Spurs by 4 on the inbounds. Kidd nearly threw it away. Terry runs it down.
Okay, more time off the clock, the better.
Kidd, the three. No! Jefferson's got it! And he's fouled by Butler with 14 seconds to go. 14 seconds to go. Butler's picked up his 5th foul. And Richard Jefferson will go to the free throw line. Meanwhile, Manu Ginobili has a cut on his knee, I believe. Yeah, there's Will Sevening. They're in a boxing doctor that can be better than Will. It's like, that's not between rounds, that's between free throws. And Jefferson knocks the first one down, 5-point game. This would make it a 2-possession game if he could make it.
This one is pretty much slamming the door. If you take care of business, you knock down this, basically the Mavericks have to get off 2 threes in 14.1 seconds.
Jefferson rattles out. 13 seconds to go. Caron Butler launches the three. No! McDyess, no! Saves it! Out of bounds! Spurs basketball! Oh, wait a minute.
Well, they're going to take a look at it, but listen, that's your game anyways. You make them run a ton of time off the clock. There was only 3.6 seconds left.
They're going to take a look at the replay, which is one of the new rules.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine and dandy, but it's not going to help out the Dallas Mavericks right now.
Yeah, the fat lady. The Mavericks get the ball.
I'm telling you.
3.6.
You see the fat lady? She's gargling. She's getting ready to sing.
Take a look. Did it go off of George Hill's foot? Another look. Meanwhile, Rick Carlisle, who knows he's only got one timeout, is drawing up a play right now. Taking advantage of that.
I tell you what, if they inbound the ball, don't touch them. By the time they shoot a 3-ball and it falls through the net, there's only going to be a second or so left on the clock. You inbound it, you make sure you wrap it up, the game's over. Just don't do anything foolish.
Kid to inbounds. Haywood. 1.5 to go. Got to go it deep. Ginobili. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not over yet. They're going to get the ball with less than a second to play, in my opinion. That horn sounded well after the ball was out of bounds. I know we go by the light, but
it's gonna, if anything, it's going to be .1 or .2.
Yeah, and they're going to get it.
I don't think there's any way that you can get a shot off.
Game over.
Well, what I'm looking at here was the ball. The ball was touched. That's right, it was touched. They battled for it. That's where the clock should start. Manu touches it, and it's going to be .1 maybe.
Right.
This game's over.
They'll take another look at it. Yeah, you know, in that situation, if they take a look here, in that situation, Sean, if Manu doesn't touch it, the game's probably over because the clock doesn't stop until the ball hits the ground.
That's right.
I mean, he doesn't know that, of course. I mean, he's reaching for the possession. But as a result, he did touch it as it went out of bounds, and they'll put .01.
Right. Just back up. There's no time for a three unless, you know, somebody heads it into the rim from beyond the arc. You can't shoot it. You cannot catch it and shoot it with .1.
That's exactly right.
Maybe you can ricochet it off somebody, some fluky shot, but there's no way you can catch it and release it.
1/10 of a second to play, and the Spurs will take a 3-1 edge unless the absolute bizarre happens here. Don't forget, Game 5 in Dallas, 8:30.
I tell you what, I would just say put everybody around the three-point line. Don't let anybody have any possibility of getting some kind of weird foul.
That's it. Ball game. Jason Terry tried to throw himself into Ginobili, but once he caught the ball, the game was over. Spurs win. George Hill, what a stud.
Just a phenomenal performance, and I was sitting over here wishing he even got more shots. I think the Spurs would have won walking away if George Hill was more involved in that fourth quarter, but no matter. More importantly, you get the W, and now the Spurs have a stranglehold on this series.
Our bud play of the game, George Hill with lots of ooey-pooey.
Look at him shaking that right leg like he's going to penetrate, then shows Jason Kidd the basketball for a ball fake and drops them all off with a beautiful jumper. George Hill, after that Game 1 performance, started to warm up in Game 2, Game 3. He was absolutely huge, and tonight he carries his ball club.
A career playoff high, 29 for George Hill. Spurs win by 3, 92-89. And another tight fit here at the AT&T Center as the Spurs lead the series 3-1. Stay tuned for Spurs Live with exclusive post-game sound right here on Fox Sports Southwest. And now the final take.